Hello folks, Alex here. This is Alex Unabridged, and today I'm doing the Finish the Book tag. So welcome or welcome back if that is the case. Yes, Tag Tuesday again, and this time it's the Finish the Book tag. I've seen this one a fair few places actually, most notably recently I think Criminolly did it, Book Time with Elvis, definitely saw that one, and Read by Fred, amongst various others. I think it's been around for quite a while. It seems to have kind of done the rounds, a while ago, and then he's doing the rounds again. So I thought I'd hop on board. No one tagged me in it, but I thought, a few quick, nice, easy, interesting questions, and so that is what I will be doing today. So let's get straight into the prompts. Prompt number one, do you keep a list of the books you have read? I do. I have Goodreads, which I've kind of had for like quite a few years, but I didn't really kind of use it that much, mainly because I read very sporadically, and occasionally I'd go on there to kind of actually check out, some recommendations and read reviews of things like that, and then, remember that I needed to update my list. So I'd kind of go on and do that. But now that I'm reading a lot more, I do use it quite a lot, so I can keep track of what I've read and what I definitely liked, definitely didn't like. I don't put reviews on there, but I do give stuff star ratings for my own records. Yeah, I use it. I use the have read section, and the want to read. Yeah, that list's getting a little bit out of hand thanks to BookTube. Keep seeing all of these wonderful recommendations and they immediately go on the want to read list. So yes, I do keep a list of them. Prompt number two: what stats do you record? As I say, I don't review. I just give a star rating on there. I also log when I read it, when I started it and when I read it, and if I reread something, I will go back on and put that in. I don't tend to keep track of, I don't keep lots of different lists, split things up into non-fiction, fiction, or genres or what have you. I started doing that and then got really bored really quickly, kind of having to trawl through it, because I find sometimes it's not really the most user-friendly for actually really kind of having loads of bookshelves. So I tend to just keep to the, have read and want to read lists. But other than that, stats-wise, I don't really record anything else. Just the dates that I've read it, how many times I've read it, and a star rating for what I thought of it. Prompt number three: do you give star ratings? Well, I've just answered that one, haven't I? Yes, I do. And I've just kind of sort of instituted a ratings kind of system, which is basically the 5 sort of star ratings sort of system for stuff that I do on BookTube now. So when I talk about a book, I will give it a 1 to 5 rating, and I just in my past adventures in genre for February, I've just been through through what I mean, when I put stuff in the 1 to 5, because I think everybody probably has a slight different sort of take on it. And so mine goes, from nope, absolutely not, through to meh, it's all right, but not many redeeming features, to decent but some issues, to great stuff, absolutely would recommend but not quite the cream of the crop, and then top notch is 5, for the absolute best of the best, instant favourites, want everybody to read them. So yes, I do my star ratings now. I think it kind of helps me clarify in my head what I really thought of something, but also if I'm talking about something and somebody wants to kind of have a little bit more of a kind of a fixed sort of rating for what I thought, see if they might want to read something, then then yeah, I think it might help. It helps me when I look at other people's videos, so I thought I would start doing that. Prompt number 4 is, do you review your books? No, I wouldn't say review. Reviews, like proper reviews, I think are quite a skill. And I'm not there yet in terms of how I think critically about a book. Some stuff I probably could do a bit more of a critical review on, but for me, I get so enthused about things that I like, and it's often so much about the feeling that it gave me, the experience of reading it, and it's probably sometimes, or quite often actually, tied to a given moment in time of what's going on in my life and all that kind of stuff, that I can't necessarily detach enough to kind of review as a critical thing, or at least I don't want to have to detach. Reading's for fun, it's for enjoyment, so yeah, I'm going to start doing some slightly more kind of in-depth thoughts and opinions videos on certain books down the line. Things that I particularly liked or particularly didn't like, etc. Then I will kind of do a bit more of a kind of a proper breakdown with stuff. But it will always just be kind of thoughts and opinions. I don't think I'll ever title them as reviews. As I say, I think reviews, there's a real skill to doing a proper critical review. And there are lots of people who do really good ones out there. I just want to chat about books. I just want to chat about the books that I love, and so don't really want to kind of think too critically on them. I am critical, but not to the point of kind of being able to do a proper good review. Prompt number 5: where do you put your finished books? Most of my books these days are digital, so audiobooks or ebooks. Most of certainly the new stuff that I get in. So those, either sit on the device, but not usually that long, because the device clogs up whatever I'm using to read or listen. And so then they kind of, go off back into the cloud, essentially, ready for if I want to read them again. Physical books, if it's something I've loved and that I know is going to be one that's going to be reread multiple times, then it goes back on the shelf. I have, kind of some slightly bigger bookshelves downstairs rather than the ones that you see behind me. This is mostly stuff that I'm kind of either working my way through, or is up here because I want it for reference for artwork, or that kind of thing. Downstairs is the kind of the main sort of fiction, non-fiction bookshelf that's combined between me and my wife. So it goes back on there if it's a definite to read again. But generally, these days, if I finish something and if I've enjoyed it but I know it's not going to be a reread, or I really haven't enjoyed it, then it will get donated. It'll go to the local library if they want it, or a charity shop. I think I wouldn't necessarily sell stuff, second-hand books, unless they're of much greater value. But most of mine aren't. Most of mine are sort of that they're not special editions or anything like that. And I've probably picked them up from often I'll have picked them up from either a second-hand bookshop or a charity shop, or I'll have had them in sale anyway. So I want to kind of donate them to somewhere that can either use their sale to raise some money, or that they can go into the kind of the community, essentially, with the local library. Because my local library's lovely, the staff are great, but it's small. It has great stock for its size, but it is small. So yes, I should be donating some soon. I'm just about to do an unhaul from downstairs. Prompt number 6: how do you pick your next book? A apart from the ones where I'm kind of, you know, reading stuff that is on a fixed sort of TBR, you know, for like, say, my Adventures in Genre series or something like that, it's mood. It's always mood. You know, I have a pool that I draw from for the month at the moment, dependent on things like reading events, if I'm doing anything like that, or you know, specific genres that I'm trying to get into. But generally then I'll just have a pool of other stuff that I can draw from, and it will be very much down to what do I feel like, what am I in the mood for, what have I got the headspace for. If I want something, you know, quick and easy, then I'll go for something a bit more visual, like a comic or graphic novel or manga or what have you. You know, yeah, it's very much just down to what I fancy at that moment, which can be influenced by what I've just read as well. If it's been something particularly heavy, then I will go for something quite a bit lighter. So yeah, just whatever I fancy at the time, really. It's kind of what I do with everything. And final prompt, prompt number 7. Do you have any rituals when you've finished the book? Not really. I suppose I write some notes. Well, I go on Goodreads and log it. I just definitely do that pretty much straight away, and I'll have kept you know, I kind of use the you know, the currently reading bit, so I'll kind of, you know, go and fill that in and check that I've read it and stuff like that, and get that into the read list. I will, yeah, take some notes, especially now I'm doing BookTube, just so that I kind of, you know, take stock of things straight away, so I don't forget things that I want to say when I end up finally doing a video that includes that book. And I think I'll probably just take, you know, just a little bit of time just to sit and think about it, just to kind of get my head clear on it. You know, I won't necessarily, you know, finish one and then immediately, like the next second, pick up another. It'll often be like, sort of, I'll give myself the rest of that evening that I've finished one just to sit with it and just to actually think about it, and then go on to the next one. So yeah, nothing major, you know, nothing strange. So that is the final prompt. I won't tag anybody in this because, as I say, I think it's done the rounds, and I think most people, I think, have probably done it. If you haven't and you want to do it, crack on. Do it. I will link to the folks that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, in terms of those that had seen videos of this tag. And so yeah, I'll link to their videos as well, because they're all great channels. Do go check them out. But yes, I will leave it there for today. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Do consider giving us a like and subscribing if you want to see more content. I will be back with more bookish ramblings very soon. But from me, for now, that's ta-ra.